Çatalhöyük was a large Neolithic settlement located in modern-day Turkey. It was inhabited from approximately 7,500 BC to 5,700 BC. Çatalhöyük is notable for its size and complexity during the Neolithic period. It represents one of the earliest known examples of urban living. The city's residential area featured a dense layout of houses. Houses were built contiguously, sharing walls with neighbors. Notably, the city lacked traditional streets or pathways at ground level. Access to residences was uniquely provided through openings in the roofs. Early houses were often constructed using mud bricks and timber. These materials were readily available and provided basic shelter. Over time, older houses were filled in rather than demolished. New houses were then built directly on top of the old ones. This process gradually created a tell, or artificial mound, over generations. Ancient living spaces were structured around a central hearth. The hearth served as a focal point for daily activities. Platforms were utilized for sleeping and various work tasks. Designated storage areas accommodated food supplies and essential tools. Ancient houses were often adorned with elaborate wall paintings. These paintings commonly featured depictions of animals. Geometric patterns were also a frequent motif in wall art. Scenes of daily life provided further artistic inspiration. These paintings offer valuable insights into the beliefs and rituals of the people. Ancient burial practices often involved interring the deceased beneath the floors of residential houses. This practice suggests a close connection between the living and the dead within the household. Skulls were sometimes plastered and painted as part of the burial ritual. The decoration of skulls indicates a form of ancestor veneration or remembrance. Ancestor veneration likely played a significant role in the spiritual beliefs of the time. These burial customs offer insights into the social and religious structures of ancient societies. Çatalhöyük was a significant hub for obsidian trade. Obsidian, a volcanic glass, was highly valued for tool and weapon production. Çatalhöyük's proximity to obsidian sources fueled its economic success. The control and distribution of obsidian contributed to Çatalhöyük's prosperity. Agriculture was a central practice for the inhabitants. They cultivated crops such as wheat, barley, and lentils. These crops provided a stable food source for the community. In addition to farming, they supplemented their diet by gathering wild plants. The gathering of nuts also contributed to their food supply. Animal husbandry was a component of the agricultural practices. Evidence indicates the domestication of animals such as sheep. Goats were also among the animals that were domesticated. Hunting continued to be a significant activity. Animal husbandry played a smaller role compared to agriculture. Early tools were essential for human survival and development. Obsidian, flint, and bone were commonly used materials. These materials were selected for their availability and properties. Tools facilitated key activities like farming and hunting. Tool production also enabled crafting and construction. Pottery was a common artifact in ancient civilizations. It served practical purposes in daily life. Pottery was primarily used for cooking food. It also functioned as a storage solution. Simple patterns often decorated the pottery. These decorations added aesthetic value to functional items. Historical evidence indicates textile production using flax and wool fibers. Flax and wool were primary materials for creating woven fabrics. These textiles served various essential functions in ancient societies. One major application was the production of clothing for protection and comfort. Textiles were also utilized for other practical purposes beyond apparel. Textile production was a significant aspect of daily life and resource utilization. The social structure of Çatalhöyük is characterized by a relatively egalitarian nature. There is limited evidence to suggest significant social stratification within the community. This implies a society where resources and status were likely distributed more evenly. The absence of clear hierarchical structures distinguishes Çatalhöyük from other ancient settlements. Further research is needed to fully understand the nuances of social dynamics in Çatalhöyük. Archaeological evidence suggests the presence of religious beliefs. These beliefs appear to have been centered on a mother goddess figure. This is supported by the discovery of numerous clay figurines at the site. These figurines likely represent the mother goddess. Their abundance indicates the importance of this deity in the local belief system. Daily life was primarily centered around essential activities. Farming was a crucial aspect, providing sustenance and resources. Crafting played a significant role in creating tools and goods. Household chores consumed a considerable amount of time. Ancient cooking primarily involved using pottery vessels. Food was cooked over open hearths, utilizing the heat from the fire. The diet consisted of a variety of food sources. Common food sources included grains, legumes, meat, and wild plants. Hygiene practices involve actions to maintain health and prevent disease. Understanding of hygiene practices is limited based on available evidence. Evidence suggests the use of communal middens for waste disposal. Communal middens are shared areas for discarding waste materials. Waste disposal practices provide insights into past hygiene behaviors. Community gatherings were an integral part of social life. These gatherings often occurred in communal spaces. Rooftops provided elevated, open areas for such events. Open spaces also served as suitable locations for community meetings. Rituals were likely performed during these gatherings. Celebrations were also a common feature of community events. Artistic expression in ancient cultures manifested through various mediums. Wall paintings served as a prominent form of artistic communication. Figurines, often crafted from clay or stone, represented symbolic figures or deities. Decorated pottery showcased artistic skill and served functional purposes. These artifacts collectively reflect the creativity and symbolic thinking of ancient inhabitants. The inhabitants of Çatalhöyük significantly altered their surrounding environment. One major impact was deforestation, as trees were likely cleared for resources. Deforestation contributed to soil erosion, degrading the land. These environmental changes highlight the early consequences of human settlement. Climate change can significantly impact agricultural practices. Drier conditions resulting from climate shifts can make farming more challenging. The ancient settlement of Çatalhöyük may have been affected by such climate changes. Increasingly dry conditions potentially made agriculture difficult for the inhabitants. This difficulty may have contributed to the eventual abandonment of Çatalhöyük. Resource depletion refers to the exhaustion of essential materials. The exhaustion of nearby resources can significantly impact a city's sustainability. Depletion of resources, like obsidian, can contribute to urban decline. Obsidian was a valuable resource for tools and trade. The lack of obsidian may have weakened the city's economy and functionality. Social factors are hypothesized to have contributed to the abandonment of Çatalhöyük. Internal conflicts within the community may have destabilized the settlement. Such conflicts could have led to social fragmentation and decreased cooperation. Migration patterns may also have played a significant role. Population movement could have strained resources and altered the social dynamics of Çatalhöyük. Abandonment refers to the gradual desertion of a city over an extended period. This process typically spans several centuries. The population disperses from the urban center. People relocate to smaller, often rural, settlements. This leads to a decline in the city's infrastructure and economic activity. Çatalhöyük offers key insights into early urban living. It provides evidence of the development of early agricultural societies. The site's unique architecture is a focal point of study. Çatalhöyük's art provides valuable cultural information. Researchers are continually fascinated by the discoveries at Çatalhöyük. The site continues to inspire modern researchers and archaeologists.